Chapter 10 is about the properties of circles. The circumference of a circle is 237.6 feet. Find the radius. Remember, circumference is 2 pi r. Therefore, that means that 237.6 is equal to 2 pi r. And so we take 237.6 and divide it by 2 pi. Remember, if you're using a calculator, don't forget to put that in parentheses or you will get it wrong. So that's approximately 37.7. Find each measure. It tells us that BF bisects angle AFC, so we automatically know that this is 45 degrees, same as that one. Angle AFE is this. Well, this is a diameter. So what we have is 180 degrees minus this 90 degrees, so that makes that a 90-degree angle. CFD, well, this once again is 180 degrees. This part is 60, so I got 180 minus 60 is 120 degrees. And that should add up to 360 if you add it all together, and it does. Angle BFD from B to F to D is 45 plus 20, so that's 165 degrees. Now we're talking about the measure of arcs. Arcs ED is the same as its central angle, so it's 60 degrees. Arc EAC is the same as its central angle, which is 180 degrees. Arc ACD is 45 plus 45 plus 120, which is 90 plus 120, or 210 degrees. And arc AED is 90 plus 60, which is 150 degrees. And you may notice that this said AFD in your original packet, but it should have said AED. Now find the measure of arc F. If the measure of FC, no, line segment FC, is 12, find the length of arc CD. So we're doing arc length now. Remember that arc length is to the circumference as the arc measure is to 360. So in this case, what we're looking for is to the circumference. Well, if that's 12, the circumference is 24 pi, and that must equal the measure of that arc is 120 degrees, the same as its central angle, over 360. And therefore, when we do cross multiplying and dividing, we see that the length of arc CD is equal to, or the length of arc CD is equal to approximately 25.1. So here we're talking about chords and angles. Suppose that a chord of a circle is 28 inches long and is 30 inches from the center. Find the length of the radius. Now here's what you got to remember to be able to do this, is if a chord is 28 and the distance from the radius is 30, well, that radius has to hit at a 90-degree angle to be measuring distance, and we know that this bisects that. So in order to find our radius, we have a excuse me, we have a right triangle where one leg is 14, the other one is 30. So our radius is equal to the square root of 30 squared plus 14 squared. And so our radius is approximately 33.1. Now let's look at this circle. Find the measure of arc DE. Well, an inscribed angle, the arc intercepted by an inscribed angle is twice the measure of the angle, so that's going to be 30 degrees. Arc AB, and so that's going to be twice 70, which is 140 degrees. FA, well, if this angle is 30, that makes this angle 30, and a measure of an arc is equal to its central angle, so that's 30 degrees. From A to E, from E to A is the inscribed angle is 75, so that's 150 degrees. Measure of CGA, from CG to A. Well, if this is 140, and this up here is 30 because of this central angle, that makes this part 10. And if that part is 10, CGA is a central angle for 150 degrees. In DEA, well, if this part is 30 and 10, that makes this 40. And DEA makes this 20, excuse me, because it's half of that, and 70 plus 20 is 90 degrees, or another way to look at it is this is 180, so this arc would have to be half of that, which is 90. Find the value of x in here. Well, we know that if this is a tangent line, that has to be a right triangle, and so x plus 4 squared is equal to 12 squared plus 4 squared. So that is x squared plus 8x plus 16 is equal to 144 plus 16. So we can subtract the 16 off of each side. X squared plus 8x minus 144 is equal to 0. And so when we work that out, we can use the quadratic formula to solve this, or we could bring up our calculator and solve it and find out that x is approximately equal to 8.65. In this problem, this entire line here, if this is a right angle, this entire line is 13 plus 4, which is 17 squared, is equal to x squared plus 4 squared. And so when we solve that problem, we see that x squared is equal to 273, so 16.5 is approximately equal to x. In this one, we have two lines tangent to a circle emanating from a same point. That means that they are equal to each other. So 4x plus 8 is equal to 2x plus 4x plus 2, excuse me, is equal to 2x plus 8. So we get that 2x is 6 and x is 3 in this case.